Guys, what's up? It's me, John here. So, a lot of people were asking for text animation tutorials all about text. So, here it is. I'm going to be doing a tutorial all about text. So, first off, let's make some text. So, how you make text is here. Let me actually quickly go on Do Not Disturb on Skype. How you make text is you just hit this text thing right here, click on the screen, then start typing. So, I'm just going to do it tutorial. There we go. Now I can click off the text tool and just use my mouse tool. Right now my anchor point's going to be on the side of the text, so when I scale the text up, it's going to go from that anchor point. I don't want it to be on that anchor point. I want it to be in the center, so it scales up from the center. I have a plugin called Move Anchor Point. There's also a couple plugins that do the same thing, but basically I can center the anchor point by clicking the center. And that's just a script. So if you look up Move Anchor Point script, or I'll put a link in the description, it's a free script, and it will help you so much. Now that I center the anchor point, I also want to align it to the center. So how, if you don't have this align thing, you're going to hit Window, and then you're going to check Align. And same thing with Move Anchor Point once you have it. Now I'm going to scale this text up. And by the way, S is scale, P is position, A is anchor point, R is rotation. You get the idea. You're going to want to use all these when you're switching in between everything. I'm not going to be covering that again, so make sure you do that. So let's start. How shall we start? Let's start with the spline, the text animating along a spline. This was used in my Search RC tutorial, Search RC thing, and yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the text, and we're gonna use our pen tool right here, and we're gonna just hold down our click, left click, and then we start drawing a spline. Now, if you guys ever drawn a spline before, then you know what this is about. But here we go. I'm just drawing a spline. I'm gonna move that over there, and this looks really weird. So the spline doesn't even need to close. You can have it closed if you want it to, but you're going to see the effect that it gives in a second. So now that we have our spline, now we're going to open up our text using this arrow here, and then we're going to go into text, path options, and then change the path to mask 1. Now it's going to be animating along mask 1. So it kind of messes up here because the spline isn't closed, so it'll just keep going on forever and ever. But you get the idea. It will be animating along here. I use that in my Surge RC not tutorial, my Surge RC video, and yeah, that's what that did. Alright, perfect. Delete the text. Now that we have that done, I wanted to show you guys another thing that people also wanted. And people wanted to know how I made my text look like a spline. And this is kind of a really ghetto process, and there's no real perfect way to do this. The idea is that it'll go really fast and that nobody will notice the details behind this, but here, I'll show you how you do it. So you're gonna, when you do this kind of spline thing, you're gonna want to have some really bold text. So this one looks fine. I'm just gonna have to make it all capitals. Tutorial. Anyways, I'll just center that. So how this works is you can do it two ways, but I'll show you how you do it. So what you can do is if you right click the text and then hit create shapes from text, you can delete your old text, and then here's your actual shapes. So these are all the little shapes of your text, and what you do is, as I said, it's a very ghetto process. What you do is you have to basically take a pen tool and trace over each one of these texts. So what I did is I had it like a viney kind of thing, where I had like these vines come in, and then I did like this, and then it kind of made it like it didn't have to be perfect, because it was like, it was a vine, and I mean, vines aren't perfect. So then what I do is I go to the next point, and my shape layer is just messed up on me. I'm just going to open that up. Contents, click on path 1, and then I'm just going to be clicking around, and then use my pen tool, put that to the left, put that to the right. I'm doing it really quickly here, guys, but you get the idea. Here, let me just quickly speed through this. This is going to be really bad, but this is just to get the idea of it. Alright, then I put that there. And I'm just going to do it there, and then I'll just end it off, trail it off to the side. So then what I would do is I'd increase the stroke on this, then I'd remove the tutorial outlines, and then we have this really bad looking thing because I drew it really quick. But I would hit add, then trim paths, and then I could trim this because this is a spline, and then I would go like 2 seconds in, and you basically get the idea. It's a kind of bad looking spline because I rushed it really quickly, but yeah, you can see what I did there, and if you actually try, you can do it a lot better than I did. There's also ways that if I delete this really quick, what some people did, and this is what I did on my recent intro for the recent 2D intro, which with a rocket ship, is you just use what I would do if I actually was being like intricate. I would like zoom in, then I would click on the bottom of it, then I'd click on the top of the T and hold shift so it's centered, then I'd click on this right part, and actually I would have to click on the middle of the T, so there we go. There we go. Then I would click like from here, I'd click over here, and then it'd make a T. And then I'd zoom out, and if I remove this tutorial, this is what our T looks like, and it looks pretty real. Then I would add a trim paths. Then I'd move that, and then go like 2 seconds in. This is how I'd animate it in. F9 to ease it, select it, and then move this to the side. Then, alright, sorry about that. So, you have this, and it's animating up. And what you would do is you'd then copy and paste it. So Control C, Control V. Move this bottom one like 2 frames before it. And then use your fill tool. Put it on that text before it. And then I would change like it to some random color, and then I actually think I did it wrong. No, you would have this text before it there, so now it animates up, and it's like that. And then of course I could do it again and move this to the side, and then I don't know, add this color to be yellow or something. And then we have like a lot cooler of an animation for this text. Yeah, that gets used a lot. And yeah, that's that for all the text animating in. Just a little quick pointer there. Alright, now that I have that done, I will go into the actual text. So new text, and let us type in tutorial again. And again, and again. Tutorial. I'll do it in caps again. Tutorial. And I'm going to center it and change the anchor point every time, and then scale it up. Perfect. Alright, so here's the tutorial. Then I'm going to animate. And for this, I'll just hit animate scale, and then I'm going to hit add property rotation. So I want to start this off with this at about -90 degrees, because it's going to come from the left, and then it's going to be scaled down. And what this range selector is going to do is it's going to basically animate that so it comes in. So I'm going to start with the offset at -100, and then I'm going to keyframe that, and then I'm going to go probably 2 seconds in where it's going to be at 100. So right now it looks really bad, but that's because we haven't gotten the look to it. So you're going to go to Advanced, then you're going to go to Shape and change it to Ramp Up, and then you're starting to see what it's going to look like. Try to change the Easy High and Easy Low to both be 50. So that just adds some easy ease kinda. And there we go. We can take it a step further if we want and hit F9, then drag this to the left, and there we go. That you can do the same thing by with like position. So if I want to kill the rotation, add some position to, like, I don't know, super high, and then it's like animating from there. Yeah, like that. There's also ways you can do things like if I put the position just to, like, I don't know, 10 maybe, or -10 actually, then I could have because this goes down, then I would animate position, and then I'd also have it, I would have it at probably 10. So this would go slightly after that, and then I would change the position. I wouldn't keyframe the position. I'd keyframe the range selector, same thing, change the offset to start here, and perfect. And then I would do Advanced, Ramp Up, or maybe Ramp Down. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, you get it. It's like a wave kind of look. So that's really small. If we actually like did like this to be like -50 and this to be where is it? Where's the other one? This to be 50, then we could have a lot bigger of an effect. But yeah, that's what it looks like to do that kind of thing. And of course, with everything, if you want to have this kind of defensey effect, you can always add the fill with the different colors behind it. So yeah, you get that with everything. And yeah, I mean, I could change that again to yellow. And yeah, it's the same kind of effect. Just gotta drag these here, and then yeah, it's the same effect you get with everything. Alright, what else is there to say about text? You can also do this, new text, so I'm just gonna write tutorial. Alright, scale it up. You can also do this thing with the text. So if you want to scale it up and you want to have a bounce effect, so you can start the scale at 0 and then go, I don't know, like very, very quickly after, and go like really big. Then what you can do is you can get Inertia Bounce effect. So Inertia Bounce it's an expression that basically, if this loads, here we go, I have it saved. Inertia Bounce, I'll put it in the description. It makes it like a Hubert graphics kind of style where it bounces up like really quickly. So lastly, I just want to show you the Inertia Bounce effect, and this will be the last part of my tutorial. So if you want to start with your scale really low, so make a keyframe there, and then go to the next keyframe and make your scale really big. I just did 10 keyframes apart, so it'll be really quick, and you'll get a real big bounce effect. So I'm gonna go into my Inertia Bounce expression. This is the expression. I'll leave a link in the description for this. This is used so much, and you'll really like it. So you're gonna hit Alt, click the keyframe thing right there, and then you hit Control V on the thing that you just copy pasted. So this gives this effect, and of course, with a lot of scripts, you can also edit things within it. You can. I'm gonna change the amplitude to be higher. The decay, I'll have a less decay. So let's see what this does. Yeah, that's your Inertia Bounce. Yeah, and yeah, that's really all there is to the text. If I think of something else, I'll definitely post a tutorial. But as always, you can like add motion blur to make it look more, I don't know, realistic. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Leave more suggestions. I have a lot of suggestions already from the last video I posted. But thank you for all your suggestions, and I will be posting more 2D tutorials. Yay! Bye.